What's up, YouTube? Welcome to yet another video. 2 minute talks with your boy, and I'm excited to be back. I'm delighted. I'm happy to actually be back, and I just want to share something that has just been on my mind. Regarding um my convictions. These are just convictions. Something God has been speaking to me about. What I've been learning, growing into, if I would shortly say. And one thing that I've grown into, scripture that talks about in the Bible. I was looking for it right now and I couldn't find it. It's in my other diary, and it's in my man cave or my windy house, and it's too far. But the scripture goes as follows: that it is not by might, not by power, but by His Spirit. Um, the context of this scripture, I don't fully know it, but it has been what I've been meditating on. I don't really fully know the context of this scripture, but I think I think God was sending out someone to that was was I think God was sending out someone to go somewhere, and He was promising him that it's not by might that you'll get. I don't know context. Just like I said, I don't know the context of this verse. But what I will say is, I'm seeing certain things happening in my life. Um, Failures. I'm talking failures. Um, I've been graced to be able to do certain things. In my life, I've been graced to have God in my life. I've been graced to have one, two, three, and I've just been analyzing almost everything that I have, where I'm at today, the ability to do what I'm doing. I am not perfect. I am not in my best era whatsoever. But to come to the realization of certain things, it's really His grace. Um, to come to the realization that you're a mess, it's by His Spirit. It's really by His grace. To come to the realization that you need to grow as an individual is truly God's grace for you to stand here and be able to do what you're doing. I mean, I'm talking the littlest of things. I mean, the fact that you're alive, the fact that you have hand, it's His grace. And just coming to also to the realization again that for me to also get to where I am going, the things that I'm going to achieve, it's by His grace. I didn't choose to be here. I didn't choose to have one, two, three, to be blessed with certain things that I have in my life. It is by His grace that I'm able to stand here and say, hey, yo, look at God. And I'm really so appreciative, man. I'm filled with so much gratitude because none of the things, the challenges, the pain that builds me, that grows me, that makes me stronger, uh, I've asked for. And it's when I started realizing that everything works for me, that I now start seeing everything as blessing. Everything, I mean, the falls that I go through, the pain that I go through, it's working for me because it's showing me that I am not centered, my life is not centered around myself, but it shows me and teaches me that I actually need God, humbles me, puts me in a position of understanding that it is through His grace that one is able to stand here and speak to the camera and do whatever. It is through His grace. I'm in a position where I'm realizing that everything happens for the goodness of those who love God. I don't know if I'm mixing up my things, but I feel like I'm mixing up so much the things that I'm saying. That's why I actually need to, before I'm going down into this video, I actually need to write down what I'm going to be talking about. But uh, this is just simply what I just wanted to talk about. Simply the fact that where you're at today, like for you to be who you are, like, I mean, just look at yourself. I just want you to look at yourself and look at who you are. Look at the things that God has blessed you to have. I mean, probably your life is not perfect. I mean, I'm talking to myself right now. My life is not perfect. My life is surely far from being perfect. But I look at myself, I look at what I have, I look at the lessons, I look at the things that I was able to attain, even though they seem little, but the things that I was able to attain, the realizations that I was able to come to, the wisdom that God gives and grants, the thoughts, the peace, the people around you that He blesses you with. It's surely His grace that you are able to be here, for you to even realize that you are, for you to even realize, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, for you to even have God in your life, it's a blessing in disguise. And I just want to give it to someone out there that, uh, with whatever that you're going through, bro, like, man, it, it's all happening for you. And I'm in a position in my life where I think I'm going through a lot of spiritual attacks, or what I would say is I'm going through a lot of pruning. I'm going through a lot of, I like to call it growth. I like to call it, I'd love to, I love to just call it a phase of growing, because when you're growing, when you're still growing, and learning, you're gonna hit walls. When you're still young, you're gonna hit walls, and you're gonna be in a position of, sometimes losing it. That's why, people who are older are wiser, and I'm still in my learning phase, and a lot of things are happening to me. I'm getting kicked in my butt by life, but I take it as it's a lesson. I take it as I'm growing, and it's all happening for me. One day it'll be that I will look down to this day, look down to this video, look down to what God has done for me through the lessons, through the failures, through the fallings, the shortcomings that I have, and I'll look down and then I'll be like, look at God's grace. So I want to encourage you to look at everything and understand that it's probably happening for me. Not even it's happening for you. Whatever's in your life today is happening for you. Take it as motivation to grow. Take it as motivation to become better. Take it as motivation that I will not give up. Because sometimes we feel like giving up. We beat ourselves up. Just like today, this morning, I was beating myself up to the core. And I was like, God, I need a strong beating. Like, I really need someone to just slap me, because I never listen. Like, I never listen. I continuously do the same thing over and over. Like I feel like slapping myself, but it's like you're learning and you didn't know better. I didn't know better. And I'm ingraining certain things out of me. And all in due time, I believe that you will look at everything and be like, it's a blessing in disguise. Look at God doing His thing. Shout out to my Father up in heaven for working in me, working in you, working in us. So everything is working all for you. Everything that you see is really a blessing. And I want you to look at it with that lens of everything is a blessing. Everything that's happening to me is a blessing. Might be tough, might be painful emotionally, but cry to God and He's there for you, man. With that being said, guys, I appreciate your time and for you listening to me. I don't know if what I said was mixed up, but I feel like I was mixing up what I was saying. But I hope that with what I said, it touches you, and you go out there and you grow, man. You go out there and you become better. I'm growing myself. I don't want to act like I'm there. Nah, I'm growing myself, and let's grow together. Let's do this together. Let's all strive for greatness and becoming the best that we could ever be through Christ and for ourselves. That being said, man, appreciate you guys. Peace out. Make sure you guys stay prayed up. Stay trusting in God. Keep going for those things. Keep going for those goals. Keep pushing. Keep striving. Don't give up. God's with you, man. Peace.